Yo, what's going on, YouTube friends and family? Hope everyone's doing great, because me and Manny doing great. This is another episode of the Kenny and Manny Show. You already know, Kenny Manny Show. And if you're new to the channel, why have you not liked and subscribed? Like and subscribe. The content here that's covered here is phenomenal. Yo, Manny, what's up, man? How you doing, man? How's it going? How's it going in the streets down south?
No, man. Living and maintaining out here. Drinking that. You already know we messing with that Coke.
I forgot my Coke, man. Next episode I got my Coke, man. We the Coke boys. We the real Coke boys, you know. No disrespect to French Montana. Rest in peace, Chink Drugs.
Montana.
Shout out to all of them, New York, but we the real Coke boys. Coca-Cola boys. You already know. Coca-Cola. Holla at us. We've been drinking this shit since fucking 89, bro. 89, bro.
We need that. Lifetime supply, man. Stop playing.
Lifetime supply. We don't even want money. We just want lifetime supply. Coca-Cola.
Lifetime supply, man.
That's it. We good. We good.
Original, classic. Bottled or cans, no matter.
We not even fucking. Yo. Let me ask you something real quick, OJ, because I haven't spoken to you in a minute. I don't know if you follow, because I know you in the South and you know you're doing a whole bunch of shit. You obviously know Kwame Brown. Kwame Brown's from the South too, South Carolina. Yo, have you heard the shit that he's getting going? Hear the shit that he's been going through with Hassan Campbell, fellow YouTuber from New York City, that they've been going at it, bumping heads and pretty much threatening to fight each other, man. What's up with that? Have you heard about that?
Yes, I have, man. Yes, I have. Now, there's a lot of information, obviously. You know, I wish I had all the time in the world so just I could sit and watch all the videos, but I have watched a decent amount. Enough to know, like, whoa, this is going crazy. This definitely has gone crazy. And actually, Hassan, I actually came to know about him through you. Actually, matter of fact, you showed me a few videos back in the day.
Right.
You know, when we were talking about like New York, you know, gang violence and changing from all that stuff. And obviously, you know, we have family members that kind of get down like that.
Right.
You know. And now, obviously, we don't mess with that stuff, man. We civilians.
No, we pay taxes. You know we pay taxes. Not every single person from New York, not every single minority from New York is a thug. Please.
Nah, man. We will sue your ass. Stop playing.
See you in court, bitch.
But we still practice our amendment. Well, Manny does. He got the right to bear arms.
You know what I'm saying? We still might beat your ass, but we won't try to go the legal way. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna avoid
the court way first.
Yeah, man. Nah, we're just messing around, man. But yes, that's how I came to know about Hassan. Man, tricky situation. Definitely tricky situation, man. You know how it goes, man. I'll give you my take. You let me know what you think. You know, of course, feel free to interject at any time.
Sure.
With that situation. Of course, Kwame, follow him as well. You know, definitely during his time, that's when I was really into, you know, I was heavily into, you know, watching recruits, basketball, NBA especially. And, you know, I was a fan of the Wizards as well, you know.
The Wizards? Jordan was how you figure that?
How you figure that, man?
How you figure that, man?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Jordan has that effect on people, you know what I'm saying? So,
man,
obviously...
He sucks as a GM, though. No disrespect to Jordan. He's not good. He's not really good.
This is the best he's done, you know. And I think he got lucky with LaMelo, man. He got lucky. Oh my God,
LaMelo Ball, man.
So LaMelo. Shout out to Melo, man.
He might be the next Magic Johnson, bro. Like he's like 6. He's Magic Johnson's height. Matter of fact, he's probably Magic Johnson with a jump shot. The Magic Johnson didn't have a jump shot like that.
Exactly, yeah, man. He's flashy just like him. You know, he has the modern game, but he's all about teammates passing, getting everybody involved. Definitely,
love his passes.
Yeah, man. He is a very unique player, man. He's a unicorn when it comes to the courts, man. So shout out to Melo.
Ooh, definitely.
Melo, not Melo. Melo is still, you know what I'm saying, Carmelo.
Right, man. I love Carmelo. Right, exactly.
But anywho, man, I digress. Talking about Hassan and Kwame, man. It is a big one. I don't want to, you know, get too crazy involved with that situation, man. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, let's get crazy. Let's get crazy.
My line, you know what I'm saying? Beat your ass. But nah, man. So I see it like this, man. I see it simple like this. Hassan wanted to get views. He saw the Kwame. He's on fire right now. You know, over the course of a month, we're talking about over 200, 300 subscribers. He's at total right now, like almost 500,000 right now, or close. No, probably like a little over 400,000 subscribers. But out of that chunk, I think the majority has come within a month. So I can understand him wanting to put Kwame's, name out there. However, he spoke from emotion. He spoke from, other celebrities, and he kind of piled Kwame into that category as well.
Right.
And he started talking about Kwame without really knowing the guy. That's where he messed up. He messed up big time because obviously being that his channel is pretty, he has a pretty large following. Of course, it got to Kwame. Kwame pretty much, I guess they worked out, the details so they can link up.
Right.
Immediately, you can tell that it was definitely an awkward situation, but Hassan being somewhat smart, he was trying to de-escalate everything as quickly as possible by apologizing. Now Kwame, being a smart dude and being a Geechee boy himself from South Carolina, he's no dummy. He caught on to it. And he's like, nah, player, we're not accepting that apology. Now, here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Just because you apologize to somebody does not mean that they have to accept it.
Right.
And I get that Hassan was saying, well, we either two things are going to happen. You're either going to accept it or we're going to knuckle up.
How you figure that?
Yeah.
How you figure that? How you figure that?
Yeah, he was wilding out, man. And unfortunately, man, that's very narrow-minded to think. I think that he was overwhelmed. He was not expecting that Kwame was just not going to accept his apology, and that's why
he was not expecting that.
Yeah,
Right.
he was getting emotional because, come on, ladies and gentlemen, that is not the case. If you mess up with somebody, that person is entitled to not, to their, they have the option of either accepting an apology or not accepting an apology.
Right.
But just because they don't accept an apology does not mean that you guys cannot have a proper discussion. You guys can still sit around and talk like men and get to the bottom line, and it can also serve as a teachable moment.
Right.
I think in this particular case, Hassan did not want to be the teachable moment. He didn't want to be the star attraction when it came to that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, understandably so, his ego was a little hurt, and he was like, well, man, fuck out of here. If you're not going to, accept my apology, what are we doing here? So at this point, it's either, let's drop it or let's fight. Again, nothing against him. I know he's a New York dude and stuff like that. I get it and all of that. But at the same time, Kwame is an athlete. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he might be retired, but he's an athlete. He's about 7 feet tall. That's going to be a difficult fight for him if he wanted to go down route.
7 feet tall, over 250 pounds. Like, what are you going to do with that? That's
going to be a little difficult. Yeah, that's going to be a very difficult. If you're not an elite fighter, that size difference is definitely going to play a huge factor.
Never force somebody like Kwame, and it's not even about the violence. To be honest with you, it's not even about the violence.
It's not about the violence, though, man.
It's about maturity. Like Hassan definitely. Both of them, in my personal opinion, lacked maturity. But I understand Kwame. He had, the right to decline the apology. You know what I'm saying? He had the right to decline the apology. Hassan is like, I like that analogy that Kwame threw, even though it was a little extreme. He said, "Oh, if you slap my wife and you say sorry, that doesn't mean I have to accept an apology." I totally agree. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't, when you bite somebody, you gotta understand everyone is antagonizing Kwame's character. Everyone's saying he's a bust. Everyone's coming at him. Then another bimbo or another person, located in the opposite side of the country up north is freaking saying the same thing or pretty much tarnishing his character. He's gonna feel some type of way. A lot of men, granted, just because you apologize in the hood. Now, look, I've apologized to plenty of dudes when I fouled them in the basketball court or when I offended them verbally. They didn't always accept. But how did I deal with it? I'm like, cool, no problem. At the end of the day, I did my job. I apologized. I keep it moving. There's no need to want, at the end of the day, Hassan Campbell, I like a lot of your videos because you talk about, bettering the youth and making sure the youth stays away from gang violence, and you're bringing that awareness and you're letting the people to not go that route. But ultimately, it was a low blow when you said, fuck the people, choose who you pick a side. You literally demonstrated the true definition of the Napoleon complex. The Napoleon complex. People who are usually under 5'10", they feel like they have something to prove from a physical standpoint. My man, you're 44 years old. I respect you. I'm actually subscribed to your channel. You get what I'm saying? But you don't tell people, you don't tell consumers, oh, pick a side. This isn't gang, because now you're debunking everything that you've been preaching against, gangs and everything like that. This is YouTube. This is the internet. Ultimately, it's the freedom of speech. That's what makes this country so great. We can say what we want to say. We can articulate ourselves how we want to articulate. But there's no need to say, oh, fuck you then. What we doing? We fight. It's 2 things going to happen. War or we fighting? Dude, he just declined. He said, sir, I'm just going to decline your pop. Dude, let's keep it professional. Ultimately, like, Hassan needs to understand, bro, you have a brand to maintain. You have a brand to protect. I get it, you have 350,000 subscribers, but once you say fuck the people, bro, if it wasn't for the people, that's one thing I like about Tupac, not to change the topic. Tupac told the outlaws, when people want autographs or they want to have pictures with you, you never deny it. Tupac never denied any of his fans. Why? Because he knew that his brand, his income came from the people. If it wasn't for the people, he wouldn't be getting money. And Hassan, that nice jewelry that you got, that nice Benzo, everything that you got, it's the people that help put that. So you can't be saying fuck the people.
Big time.
You know?
Big time, bro. Definitely big time. And it kind of, to kind of segue right into the next thing, talking about like the Benz and stuff like that. Other things that I caught on to and I watched him talk about is that he's pocket watching. I'm sorry, you're pocket watching, bro. You're talking about this man's money, but then you're trying to talk about like community money or something like that, man. This guy earned his money. And keep in mind, just because he's from the South, in South Carolina, it's like Ice Cube says, man, every hood's the same.
Every hood's the same.
Every place. And that dude has family members, man, that took a different path. He decided to take a different path than his family members.
Right.
He so happened to make, history.
Right.
As far as getting, drafted out of high school.
Right.
So, we can't knock him for that or try to say that now he owes, his, whoever for the sacrifices and the tough decisions that he made. So we have to understand that as well. And another thing, man, to point out, as far as talking about the pocket watching situation, other people question that. They're like, hey, man, well, you're out here talking about that Kwame should, contribute this and the third. But then when you're told the same thing, you're talking about that you're broke. That you have, these car notes, you got these 20 kids and stuff like that. Well, that could, anybody can make an argument for that. So let's say if Kwame Brown says, well, I can't afford it because I have a $5 million mansion. I have, 20 kids myself. I have, my whole entire family that depends on me because I am rich. So he can use the same logic that you can use. You're saying that you have all these, responsibilities as we all do. But then you're also talking about how your super chats are popping and you're making money, and everything like that. But then, so you're contradicting yourself. So that's what the people are like, wait a minute. You're saying one thing, but then doing another. Then you're saying that you're not worried about this man's money, but you keep on bringing it up. So it's like, man, it's like you're all over the place. That's confusing people,
and that's one thing and that's what we need to tell the people. You got to watch who you consume on YouTube, because a lot of people have awkward personalities. I've met YouTubers coincidentally because it's actually a small world, traveling to different countries. I've met certain YouTubers that they portray a certain narrative, a certain personality on camera, but when you meet them in person, you're like, the fuck, you're just a entirely different person, bro. Not for nothing. A lot of people that are on the YouTube platform, you may not want to believe it, have mental illness. Mental health is serious, bro. I'm not saying Hassan Campbell, Kwame Brown have mental issues. Shit, might be, but ultimately we got to remember that there's a lot of people out there that are not functional and they're just in front of these cameras. Me personally, for somebody to say knuckle up, I'm going to take a flight. First of all, I'm not taking a flight anywhere to fight anybody.
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
You can verbally disrespect me. I don't care. At the end of the day,
you gonna pay for the hotel?
Hassan Campbell. Yeah, like he said, you won't pay the hotel. No, I'm gonna send you in the hospital bed. You get what I'm saying? Like Hassan Campbell literally felt for that jab that Kwame gave him. Kwame was trying to get a reaction out of him. You could tell Kwame's a smart dude and he strategically thinks. Like Hassan, you got a brand to protect. Don't ever say fuck the people, because at the end of the day, the people, we're not. Shit,
I'll take them.
We'll take them.
Come on.
We'll take them. Come over here, guys.
Come on, guys.
You're more than welcome to subscribe to Kwame Brown. You're more than welcome to subscribe to any podcast you want. We're not here to tell you what to do. We're not here to fight, be negative. We're just trying to give different perspectives because, you know, my brother is from New York. I'm from New York.
All while we drink a
Coke. Pretty much
experienced
and we've seen similar shit as Hassan Campbell. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, he's not the only New York dude at the end of the day, you know?
He's not, man. That's a lot of
I want to see. Let me see that Coke. Woo! Refresh. I
That's what we here for, man. We're just here to have conversations and drink
have
that
a Coke.
Man.
You know, that's it. Everybody wants to sip on wine. Everybody wants to sip on a Henny. We just want to sip on some Coca-Cola. That's it.
That's cool, man.
That's it.
Keep it simple, man.
Yeah, that's definitely keeping it simplistic, man. You know, but what can we do, man? There's a lot of people that get their egos hurt, but we just want to let you know that there's nothing wrong if someone declines your apology. Hey, listen, as long as you did your due diligence and you apologize, that's what matters. You just keep it pushing, keep it walking. You don't gotta fight. You don't gotta show your dominance from a physical standpoint. And now, unfortunately, I've noticed that between Hispanics and blacks that we tend to show. We want to show our dominance through physicality, and you know, there's other ways of showing your alpha tendencies without violence. You know, you got to use your brain. You get what I'm saying?
Right,
but
we got to. The whole point is you have to avoid it.
We got to embrace black excellence. Ultimately, Hassan Campbell successful, Kwame Brown successful. You know, they both want what's best for the community. Why not combine two platforms together and use their voice and ultimately help the youth? Because ultimately this is what it's about, right? But we're never going to get anywhere if we're beefing amongst each other. Now, we have two solid platforms beef with each other. They have 300,000 plus subscribers. But that's all I got to say about that. You got anything else you want to say about the Hassan Campbell, Kwame Brown?
Yeah, man. It just kind of ended up on that note. Guys and girls, make sure, you know, it's okay. You're not perfect. Nobody's perfect, man. So, you know, sometimes we're going to make mistakes. But again, like we said earlier, it's up to that individual if they want to accept your apology. But another thing that you know, if you mess up, take accountability. How you take accountability? You take accountability by generally show interest in what caused it. Mm-hmm. But when you talk to someone and you know you messed up, and your initial reaction, your knee-jerk reaction is to want to apologize, then guess what? You're trying to not let that person get a word in. You're trying to de-escalate the situation and dismantle it with having a conversation. That's essentially like not letting a person talk, because you're just kind of making it in a way where you're saying, oh, I'm so sorry, and you know, I did this wrong, I should have done this, or whatever. By you doing that, you're not really learning anything from that. And that was the thing with Kwame Brown. He was saying, man, you know, we'll talk about the apology later, we'll talk about the fighting, we'll get to that. But let's discuss this. And the reason being is because he understands that is a teachable moment. Especially for you guys that did not get the proper father figure. You know, it's hard, man. It's you know, not using it as an excuse, but when you're raised without that father figure, and you know, your mom is supposed to teach you how to be a good adult, but they can't teach you how to be a man, right? That's your mother's goal, to teach you how to be a, you know what I'm saying? So I understand that, guys. Yo, Kenny, as you would say, let me say it again. Your mother is there to teach you how to be a good person, but they can't teach you how to be a good man.
Bars, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. So on that note, we'll leave that subject there, man. I mean, I don't got anything else to add to that, man. I just wish these young men health and prosperity and go from there, man. Yeah, man.
You know, everyone, health is wealth. You know, take care of yourselves and ultimately take accountability, like Manny said. But guys, if you're new to the channel, like I said before, like and subscribe.